The Visual Mixer offers a visual display of the main parameters of the mix, along with the ability to adjust them in all channels from that centralized location. Instantiated on the master stereo output channel, it's an alternative to the usual DAW display of channel strips with their channel faders and pan controls. It lets you see the various tracks in your mix that contain Neutron plugins in the positions they actually occupy in the mix. The display includes level, pan, and width information. The horizontal axis, naturally, displays pan, and there's a vertical level scale calibrated in dB. In both cases, the volume levels and pan positions shown here correspond to the actual level and pan settings in the output stages of the various instances of Neutron or relay that are used in your mix. The circles indicate the stereo width of the tracks. This also corresponds to the width controls in the relay or Neutron output sections. So what you're looking at is a graphic display of a mix. Not the mix created with the channel strips, faders, and pan controls, which would usually be left at unity gain, but the mix created with the level and pan controls in the various instances of Neutron or relay used in that mix. These are listed in the panel to the right, and all Neutron or relay instances will automatically show up in an instance of the Visual Mixer. But the Visual Mixer does more than just show the mix graphically. You can edit those key mix parameters, level, pan, and width, directly in the Visual Mix display without having to open the Neutron or relay plugins themselves. You can select a track by clicking on it in the track list or by grabbing it in the center, and then drag it both vertically and horizontally for level and pan adjustments. These will be reflected in the corresponding Neutron or relay plugin, and making adjustments there will show in the Visual Mixer. It's a two-way link. To tweak stereo width, you grab the handles on the side of a track's graphic and drag. This is also linked to the width control in the corresponding Neutron or relay instance. If your mix has a number of tracks set to similar levels, there might be a bit of overlap. To get a cleaner picture, you can hide individual tracks by clicking on the little symbol to the left of the track name in the track list. Keep in mind, this doesn't mute the audio for that track, which will still play. It just removes it from the Visual Mixer display, easing any potential clutter whenever that may be necessary. In the upper part of the Visual Mixer window are three buttons for saving mix snapshots. To save the current mix settings, simply click on a button. It'll be assigned a letter showing that it has a stored snapshot. To recall that snapshot, click on the button itself. And to clear a snapshot, click on the small X. In lieu of more typical level meters, when the song is playing, the little dots inside each track circle expand and contract to indicate increasing and decreasing level.
Your seductive promises are always so enticing. Out of sight,
This makes it easy to see which tracks are currently playing, but it's also useful for conveying a picture of the moment-to-moment stereo balance of the mix. As instruments and parts drop in and out, you can see at a glance whether the mix may be momentarily left or right heavy, and this can be a big help in maintaining a well-balanced stereo sound field throughout the song.
be there in the time of need. I know that it's a fallacy. The truth is spoken in all your deeds.
Mixing with the Visual Mixer may not feel as familiar as mixing with traditional channel faders and pan controls, but if you take the time to get used to it, you might find it to be a tool that you often prefer for graphic mixing. Next up, the new Mix Assistance Automatic Balance option.